And welcome to the third community Q&A for Assetto Corsa Rally. As always, I've combed through your questions submitted in the Discord server, and we're very grateful for your support and feedback that you've shown us across social media, but also on our Discord server in particular. Joining me on the stage is Supernova's creative and game director, Irvin Zonka. How are you doing? Welcome.
Hey Ben, I'm doing great, thanks. Ciao tutti, rally people.
Good, I'm glad. I'm going to get straight on with it because I've got loads of questions I want to try and smash through, and ideally want to keep this around about 30 minutes. And unfortunately, I apologize. We are starting off pretty strong. We've got a question from Filippo Basile. Oh, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly, which is, what's your opinions on Niels Heusinkveld's criticism / opinion / suggestion on the current ACR's throttle model?
Yeah, we really are starting off very strong, I see. We really like Neil's approach to things, honestly, and of course, we've watched his videos, among many others, from other channels and creators and players. I think that his videos are always very interesting, respectful, and also he's got a lot of expertise. So this makes it even more accurate in terms of feedback. He released a new video just a couple of days ago, something like that. I remember watching it, just a few nights ago, with great interest, honestly, as always. So I must say that we pay close attention to his feedback, and it's very valuable. Of course, every developer has their own approach. So we may have a slightly different approach to what Niels has in mind, of course. And let's also keep in mind that ACR is still heavily work in progress. But we always take players' opinions into account when possible, especially in cases like this where I mean, Niels is also a game and physics developer, so this makes it even more interesting for us. Regarding the throttle model in particularly, we have already revised it once after the initial release, I think a couple of updates ago. I cannot remember exactly at the moment. Further improvements are already planned anyways, but updating, validating the model, changing it, tweaking it takes time. So this is something that we will keep improving. And I must say we are also curious anytime we do something to see what's the reaction from people and creators that follow our game often or from time to time. I think that part of Neil's feedback also concerns the tire model, which is continuously evolving as well. In upcoming updates, so 0.6, 0.7, etc., it will become even more predictable and consistent. So for instance, in June, we had another field research test with the University of Naples, the Megaride laboratory. We have equipped another car with gravel tires to take more data from the tires specifically. So we keep improving, we keep maximizing the possibilities of evolving the simulator, and we will do it not just until 1.0, but even after that. So for us, 1.0 is where we reach a point where we consider the game to be a solid base game, and then we keep improving it.
Amazing. I'm really glad to hear that because, like I said before, this is something that is obviously quite a hot topic for the community, and quite a strong point. But yeah, thank you for addressing that. So next question comes from Marco, who asks, how long did it take to create a car from scratch?
Too long, too long. Well, to answer, let's start by doing a little recap of what it takes to create a car, because it involves many different stages. First, we have to secure the license agreement, locate the real vehicle, because we perform the laser scan photography and we also take detailed workshop measurements over the car and the chassis to then tune the physics model. We begin the 3D modeling, 2D modeling. We have to develop the damage system for each car, complete the car, and put it in game by connecting all the blueprints, etc., with Unreal Engine. And finally, when it's ready, we can submit it for approval again to the manufacturer. Once it's finished. So I will say it takes around 6 months to complete.
Wow.
And of course,
That's
it's
quite a long
not
time.
6 months by one person. It's 6 months calendar months, and many people are involved in the process from many groups and also external people that takes care of scanning, etc.
I would love to I'd love to see the different processes that have to go through from creating a car into a Assetto Corsa Rally, because I imagine as a bit of a nerd myself, I think it would be so good to see the behind the scenes of that. But maybe that's something we can do in a future video if we have that footage.
We'd love to, and the team would love to, because we the effort to produce it is so much, and the passion we all put into these vehicles, from really locating them to produce them, is so much that I think that we would love the players to really understand all the process behind it, and also it will be a good occasion to see all the tiny details that are in every car that maybe sometimes you don't even spot when playing.
Okay. Well, let's move on to the question from Valeria. So Valeria asks, is there a major revamp of the menu planned before official release? Right now, the UX is pretty confusing, and for the common user, a difficult UX is a big problem. Not a problem for a release preview product. I just hope that the team sees how much this is critical before official release.
I see. Well, we don't have any plans for a redesign, honestly. Internally, we are happy with the current UX, and we have also got positive feedback about it. But this said, that clears my position and the team's position, I think, on this topic. I would say that given the question, it's likely that Valerio, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's likely that Valerio has found some part he may consider unclear, or for any reason are a sort of blocker to his experience. So if he has got time and is willing to share more details on the server, we'd be more than happy to read the feedback, and if and when possible, take it into account, maybe for future improvements. Of course, I don't know the details right now regarding the feedback, so I cannot promise anything because I'm not sure what we're talking about. But of course, a feedback is always an interesting feedback, even if it cannot lead maybe to some major change. So I don't know if it's got time to share more, I will be happy to read.
Brilliant. Well, I'll keep an eye out for Valerio's feedback and I'll pass it straight on. So the next question comes from Grebo62, who asks, the single factor that would ensure longevity of the title would be to have community clubs. Synchronous lobbies are all very well, but people all over the world could run a club rally at the same time that suits them. Someone hosting a lobby in their time zone is only going to be able to race with others who are in or near their time zone, for example, midnight UK. A club that is set up to be run over a week, for example, would be able to run by anyone irrespective of their location.
Yeah, I agree. And it's a topic that has been discussed many times with the team from the very initial game design phases. Internally, we're building our own online infrastructure so that we can support some form of club mode in the future. So that is a must for the way we have created the online infrastructure, because we didn't want to cut this opportunity out. So it's definitely a feature we'd like to have. I cannot say when it will be ready, but this is something we want, and we agree that it's key for for letting for giving the players the best way to enjoy the competition, even in this kind of asynchronous mode. And I totally get it, and I agree.
Awesome. Next question comes from Subspace Corridor, who asks, are there plans to make additional licensed liveries for the cars that are already in the game?
Yes, there are. I'm also a livery guy. I love car liveries, colors and sponsors, etc. So as our players already know, now it's we must pick features and focus on core stuff, etc., etc. So we had to postpone this kind of thing, but yeah, there are plans in the future, and we are also working on a way to make it easier for the users to integrate user-created liveries into the game. So I think that we will provide players with two kinds of things here: official liveries made by us when it will be possible, and also a more streamlined and easier way to maybe collect the liveries inside a folder or whatever to see them quickly into the game menu and the game.
That's exciting. Looking forward to that. So the next question comes from Raptor, who asks, are there plans to include a free camera / free stationary camera mode, or the equivalent of the drone following camera mod from Assetto Corsa in ACR? I can't wait to make cinematics with the detailed co-driver and driver animations.
It's part of our game design, yeah, but we don't have a timeline for it yet. What I can say is that also an advanced photo mode is planned. So the current replace system that you see, altogether a photo mode is not in its final form, let's say. So this is part of all the additional systems and feature we will add in the future.
Brilliant, thank you. The next question is from Rob Russo, who asks, this is talking regarding replays. So will they be savable in future updates? As fun as it is to stop and record various views after a run, it kind of breaks up the driving flow.
Well, the replay system that we have created at the moment is already designed to allow let's say, users to save replays. So this is something that is technically possible in terms of technical feature. In the future, we'll work on a in-game replay management system to make this feature available to players so that everybody will be able to enjoy it. So the situation is that we have something already working in this regarding the replay save system, and we use it to create trailers or video, etc. But at the moment, what is missing is a user interface integrated into the game. That, of course, takes time to make. So yeah, it will. I don't have a deadline for this, but the core tech is there, so I confirm it's possible and it will arrive.
Amazing. Look forward to that. I'm always excited by a good, juicy replay, so I can't wait.
Yeah.
Next question comes from Mario, who asks, will there be an in-depth dev blog that goes into how some of these systems you guys are building work? Would be interesting to hear about the small details that go into it.
We've discussed it internally several times, even with you, Ben, if I remember correctly, and it's something that we'd really, really like to do. We'd love to show to players how much stuff is in the game, how we do it, and it will be also a very good moment for us to be able to communicate more things with our community. Unfortunately, we're a very small team and we are fully focused on development, so we simply haven't had the time to dedicate to it yet. But hopefully in the future, maybe, I don't know, maybe after 1.0 or something.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I'm very much wanting to get stuff like this out the door, because I think it's, again, as a fan myself, it's so important to me to really know what goes on behind the scenes and understand the care and attention that especially Supernova in particular have put into making AC Rally what it is. Yeah, it'd be really good to show that to the world. So, next question comes from Soviet Dog, who asks, since there's been a lot of demand, do you plan to add the copilot in Portuguese? I believe it's a large and active community, and they would genuinely love to have the copilot in their language.
I see. Yeah. Portuguese rally fans have always been among the most passionate ever. If you remember all the footage of crowd in the 80s, in the 90s, but not just that. They love rally very, very much. Localization is something that we discuss with our publisher, 505 Games. What I can say is that as developers, we hope to add more languages in the future. And I'd also like to introduce female co-driver voice sometime in the future. But however, sorry, I don't have any further information to share at the moment regarding this point. So consider it noted, but nothing is planned yet.
Understandable. I'm almost certain I'm going to mess this person's name up, but I'm going to try anyway. Ralliatori asks, are there any plans to integrate head or eye tracking systems into the game? Track IR offers a ready-made SDK for the UE engine games, which you could hopefully adopt directly.
I don't think we will be able to do it before version 1.0, honestly, but I hope it will be possible in the future. I know the technology, so I know what we're talking about, but I think that this will be part of all the things that we will keep adding to the game even after we will call it 1.0, because our vision is a very long-term vision. So 1.0 will be one of the milestones of the project, but let's say we'd like to make ACR, let's say, a comprehensive rally simulator, a solid base that will be there in the future, not just in the past or the present.
Brilliant. The next question comes from Snow Chickenberg, who asks, so far you have been focusing on adding world-renowned cars. Are there plans to add more lesser-known and locally known cars?
Well, I wish we could go on forever, because I love the usernames. So I'd like to hear more. And regarding the question, yeah, we do have plans in that direction. One of the things I've always loved about rallying is how, let's say, relatable it is, because the cars that compete are the same ones that people see or used to see on the roads every day. So it's nice to find them in a simulator. Since the question, I would say that in Italy, for example, during the 90s, you could watch cars like the Fiat Uno Turbo competing in rallies. And it was even tested by Toivonen, and it was a very popular road car at the time. I'd like to have it in game. It's a classic, let's say, hot hatch that I really loved when I was a child. I also had the opportunity to find an extremely rare car at the Gino Macaluso Foundation, the Fiat X19 Abarth Prototipo. This car was originally intended to replace the Stratos within the Fiat Lancia Rally program, but then they decided to go with the 131 Abarth because it was coming from a saloon car, But the Fiat X19 was already race ready, let's say. It was also driven as a co-driver by Gino Macaluso, who was the head of the Abarth program at the time. It's an exceptional car that, as far as I know, has never been featured in a rally game, and I'd like to bring it into the game.
Amazing. Next question comes from JWT1986, which asks, what noob-friendly settings are planned for game controller players? Thinking along the lines of options to press the brake trigger to reverse whilst in automatic, or not needing a clutch bind to properly start the front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive cars. PS, bonus feature request, the drone replay camera.
Okay. I think also somebody asked for that a few questions earlier. I think noted. Then regarding the drone replay camera. Regarding the game controller, in one of the previous updates, we have already added the ability to change and modify the filter settings. It's a part of what we will do, because for version 1.0, which will also be released on consoles, we would like to improve it further to make the car easier to control, both in terms of steering, but also in terms of throttle and brake management. Of course, throttle, it's key to fast driving in any race car, but in rally it's even more important in a way, because you keep transferring your weight from side to side and from front to rear, and with a game controller sometimes it's more difficult to be precise with that. So we'd like to add more assistance to the triggers and to the game controller as well. So also I personally use a controller from time to time as well. We don't consider the work to be finished on the game controller support, and the usability of controllers is very, very important to us. Even if ACR was born as a simulator, we all like to just enjoy a beautiful rally game. So we will improve it further, definitely, and it's one of our hot topics in the team.
Fantastic. The next question comes from Gorski, which asks, is there a chance to add some kind of testing track like in a competitor title? It would be good to have a playground to understand car behavior and set up somewhere other than the rally stage. Great game and keep up a good job. Thumbs up emote.
Okay, I think to know what they refer to. Well, I'd love to. Honestly, I'd love to. There are places that would be extremely suitable for something like this. For example, I've been roaming around Wales for some field research for the rally ways that we've got in game. Then I also attended the Phil Price Rally School there. I know that there is this Willem Motorsport Complex, which is used by rally drivers for training. That would be perfect, I guess. Or alternately, we could create large open areas with some maybe custom-made props designed for testing cars or whatever. So this is something that not just me, many of the designers would love to do, to have a safer area where to try maneuvers, learn things, etc., etc. At the moment, we are focused on developing new rally special stages because this is what players want, and it takes a lot of time. So if this testing area stuff happens, it will be sometime in the future, I think, after version 0.1.
Okay, perfect. Next question comes from Schizophrenia Gaming. Lobster Ema asks, can we get Steam achievements and playing cards?
I wonder if the lobster with the schizophrenia is a reference to a famous movie, but well, hopefully in the future. Yeah, I know that there are a lot of nice touches that we are still to add to the game, and platform support, etc., etc. So I think that in the future it will come, but you will have to wait to keep waiting. Sorry for that.
Okay, next question. We're starting to get to some quick fire questions here. The next one comes from Andor, who asks, can you add a mouse steering option?
Okay, noted. At the moment, we are not focusing on features like this one, but I think that it would not be impossible for us to do that. So noted.
And now I have the most controversial question of all of them. Comes from Fwami, who asks, "Who is the fastest in the office?"
Well, I'd love to say it's me, but it isn't true. I am probably the most consistent. I make very few errors, but I'm not the fastest one. I think that the strongest driver of all is probably Matt Yorkie,
Yeah,
who
I
is
was
a
going to say
senior
him.
game. Yeah, he's a senior game designer, and he also got a YouTube channel that is called Yorkie 065. So follow him. He's very very fast, very talented. He's a pure sim racer, and we have also got a collaboration with Johan Wikström. He's one of the fastest esport drivers in the world. He is also a rally driver in real life. Then we have our own Abbo, which is Giuseppe Bagnale. He's our physics designer and handling guy, and I totally love him. And he's also a driving instructor in real life. He competes in 24 hours in kart races. Can you imagine 24 hours on a kart? He's driving every weekend, and he's very very. He can drive fast very calmly, but still Matt and Johan are like impossible to beat.
Yeah, well, Johan is an
But
actual esports driver, so he's kind of
yeah,
cheating a little bit there. But
but
as far as devs go, that's insane.
and not because I'm here with you, but let me say that you are pretty fast. You are very, very fast. And this is
Thanks.
something that I feel it's very nice, since you also manage the community and on social media. It's very, very nice to have somebody that knows the deal, that know what they're doing.
I'm very fast into trees, I can tell you that now.
Everybody is fast in the trees.
It's a particular talent I've been working on.
Yeah.
We've got two final questions. The first one comes from Simon Vinelli, who asks, "This has been asked before, but when can we expect native VR support? Will it include quad view support?"
So when we are aiming to release the feature in 2026, I think end of the year. Because as I was saying, I think in a previous Q&A, we are focusing on steps, building the game blocks by block. So game modes and the first phase of the online has rolled out in the previous it sounds like ages, but probably it was just 15 days ago. So now that many blocks are coming around nicely, we have, let's say, we are accelerating the work on the VR. I don't remember your initial question. Did I answer everything?
Just when can we expect it, and will it include quad view support? I've actually never heard of quad view support. I don't know what that is.
Uh, okay, I know it's a technology that is used in race sims, so it renders, I think, the visuals in a certain way that improves the FPS, if I remember correctly. I can confirm the quad view support at the moment because the work on the VR is still in progress, but stay sure that every time we tackle a feature, we do an extensive research on what's currently the situation. Let's say the state of the art in the market, in the technology part of the world, etc. So I can confirm right now, but we want to do things in the right direction, even if maybe, as we are doing with other stuff, it may be modular and built step by step.
Nice. Very much a watch this space kind of thing.
Exactly.
Okay. Final question comes from Bluminade, who asks, "Hey team, what are the plans for the HUD/UI customization? I'd appreciate being able to turn off individual elements so that I can narrow down my HUD to just the pace notes and instrument cluster. Game fun, big love, love heart."
Yeah, it is planned. Unfortunately, at the moment, it's not a priority, even if I have to admit that especially the lead designer is very vocal on this because he's prepared the game design of how the Switch works, etc., like months ago, and he also would like to have to already have a customizable HUD. But yeah, unfortunately, when I assign the priorities on the game, we have also always have to choose carefully between multiple stuff. So we're not working at it at the moment, but it will be possible in the future, absolutely. And well, and also thank you for the kind words. We always appreciate positive feedback, and we always use negative feedback um, to try to improve the game, as I was saying at the beginning with Niels' feedback. Then I wonder if he, in a way, maybe it's not listening now, but if he will be listening in a recorded version of the session. Hi, Niels. Hope to see you soon.
I'm sure we can. I'm sure one of the guys in the community will fire him a message to let him know that he's been featured.
Probably. I mean, it's. I think that Niels, because we're talking about him, but not just him, of course, are very positive people for the game industry. I mean, having a developer and having him, especially with everything he does for the sim racing industry, taking his time to do videos, to try the games, to provide feedback. I mean, I'm a sim racer since the 90s, okay? And what made this space special is that there were just a lot of people gathering together to have fun, to compete, to try to win races. And to me, I'm a little bit maybe sometimes nostalgic because I experienced not maybe the first era, of course, but I'm sim racing. I've been sim racing my whole life, so I still think that creating a positive environment where everybody can say what they think in a respectful way and help everybody improve their game. I mean, if we've got more nice games, nice racing games, it's better than having a few, I think. So yeah, thank you, Niels, and to all the people that in a way, positive or negative feedback takes time to play our game because games are there if we all play them. So this is the most important thing at the very end.
I can see a lot of people in the chat are begging for a spoiler for the next update. I don't want to put that onto you, Irvin. If you have one, feel free to share it. If you don't, then say nothing and I will continue.
Okay. No. I see, and it's correct to thank people that are here today. Well, unfortunately, I will be very clear about this. Until we have an official approval from the manufacturer, I'm not allowed to say what cars will come. So I'm sorry for that, and this is why I will not say it clearly. But we are aiming to bring you 3 new cars. Hopefully it will be possible to do so. And if we get all the approvals, that is not automatic, that will be another French car and 2 German cars. I would like to say more, and I'm very, very sorry I can't just say everything because I would. But and they are all 4-wheel drive cars spanning through a few decades.
Well, I will not tease for any more because I think you've maybe already shared more than you necessarily should have done. But first of all, I want to thank you, Irvin, for taking the time to sit down with me and go through this Q&A and other community, and especially from my side of things. I really, really appreciate it. So a massive thank you to you, Irvin. And a massive thank you to all you guys in the chat that have come to watch by, and anybody who watches this on YouTube. Thank you. Keep submitting your questions. We'll look to do another one of these following the next major update, and we'll see you guys very soon. Grazie.
Thank you. Ciao a tutti, grazie.